Welcome to my podcast. More so, welcome to the very first episode of my podcast. This is both exciting and scary at the same time. You know what they say, if something scares you, it's probably a good feeling. Do more of what scares you and step outside your comfort zone. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
I should probably mention the situation here with the game playing in the background.
Hi, Spyro.
I never quite understood why people, when they had podcasts, they film themselves for the visual listeners, I guess. When it's more of just a listening thing, like podcasts. Because they have they film themselves, so it's a video, but then they also have just it on SoundCloud or something. So I thought, why not have a game going in the background of a podcast, so it's both visually appealing and you can just listen to it if you don't want to watch the game. You know, best of both worlds, I think. But also, you know, when I was just a child, I used to play video games with friends and stuff, and I would kind of just, you know, catch up with them and see how they are, or while playing video games. And, you know, we would just talk about unrelated stuff, and that was quite good. Another thing is the way I can concentrate on a conversation that I'm listening to, either over the phone or if I'm, you know, listening to a podcast or even watching a gamer stream, I'm always, I tend to be doing something else while I'm listening to the thing, or listening on the phone. So that kind of it helps me to do other things while I'm listening to something. So if I'm on the phone to someone and I'm doing something else while I'm on the phone, I'm still listening. I think I can better concentrate that way. And so I thought, you know, why not have a game going in the background while I talk, while also just speaking. Is that, I don't know, ADHD? I don't know. Probably undiagnosed, to be honest. Plus, if you're good at zoning in and out, you can either just watch me play or just listen to the random stuff that I talk about. Which, who knows what I'm going to be talking about? Who really knows? I have a lot on the agenda for this series, and hope you guys can stay tuned for it all. That'll be amazing. Just quickly before we actually get into the thick of the podcast, as I'm, you know, editing this, I'm realizing that I'm watching my series, because, you know, I'm playing the game. This is me playing Spyro, guys. I'll have you know. As I'm watching this, I'm actually more focused on the gameplay. I'm also, I don't know if this is meta or not, but so I'm more focused on watching the game as I'm also listening to myself. So really, it's more captivating for me if I'm listening to a very unrelated conversation in a gameplay than if I was just to watch commentary. Oh wow. Honestly, my attention span is so bad. I I worry for myself. Yeah, it's like I just get bored of things so quickly, and I think that also shows in my game, like my what's it called, my channel. You know, I haven't finished Cult of the Lambs because I got bored of that. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. I will get back to it, but I want a little bit of like mixture. I want like something different, some different game to play for me to come back to it, you know. And now that Oxenfree is out, I'll be playing that. So then I'll get back to Bear and Breakfast afterwards. But guys, there's also this other game called Killer Frequency. That looks like an amazing game. That's like
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Yeah, so Radio Frequency is just like a game based in radio station, and you gotta solve murder. I think that's the moral of the story. Well, the aim of the game, I should say. So that's fun. I've watched a streamer play that, and that was cool. So I'll be playing 2 games in the near future. I'll be like alternating between Oxenfree and Killer Frequency. So that'll be fun. And then maybe what I could do, alternate between those 2 games, and then I could finish them. Then I could alternate between Cult of the Lambs and Bear and Breakfast. That would be great.
If you prove your worth by rescuing
Or maybe
10
Cult of the Lambs
dragons,
would just be,
then
you know,
use this balloon to fly to a new world.
a game I never finish. Who can say? But I have finished it because I have played it at least once, and that was on my Switch, and I have mentioned that in my channel, so not my fault. I'm joking. I'll get back to it, don't you worry, guys. It's just a bit hard, you know. So this is actually the first time I'm playing Spyro on the PC. This is another game.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Yeah, so this is another game that I also started on the Switch. Actually, so I played this game some years ago when it first came out. Not this edition, because I think, what is this, Spyro Remastered or something? Yeah, because I think the graphics are different as well. Yeah, so I remember, what was it? I played on the PlayStation, did I? And I couldn't, you know, the controls were a bit weird. I don't know, I couldn't work the controls out, basically. It was frustrating me. I'm like, this game was amazing, it was very fun. Right up my alley, and I started playing it, and the controls were just irritating, you know? So I didn't get to finish it because I gave up. Yeah, so then I guess on the Switch was a bit similar. There were some stages on the Switch where I kept getting a bit frustrated because I couldn't like glide certain places, or I couldn't go all the way, and then I was like, God, if only Spyro wasn't a goddamn baby dragon, and if he was just fully grown and had larger wings, maybe he could actually fly and not just glide everywhere. But it's just a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. But no, on the PC actually. Even though I'm using a Switch controller, yeah, I found it a lot easier. I mean, well, I say a lot easier. The first episode is of me just trying to like figure out the controls. So I'm like, yeah, jumping a whole lot, and I'm pressing Y to like look at the view when I'm pressing all kinds of buttons that aren't very consistent. Yeah, so then I eventually get used to them, get used to the controls. But yeah, I think it's actually an enjoyable game, and I'm glad I'm probably playing this. And wonder what the original Spyro looked like. Terrible. The old school Spyro looked terrible, and these graphics look way more amazing, and everything is just so crisp, and the colors are brighter. Everything looks better. Good job, company. Who created Spyro? Sony? No. Is it Sony? I don't know. Yeah, it looks amazing. Well done. All in all, impressed. Alright, let's get to the thick of the podcast, and that is me having thoughts and opinions on past games that I've played. Let's start off with the game Lost in Random. That's a great game. I enjoyed that one. Although I didn't understand the dream card towards the end. I thought it was a card that we used for battling the Queen, but instead it was just made purely for the story and not for functional use. Yeah, like, that was a bit strange. You know, I thought, yeah, like the card was just for the story, just purely for the story, nothing to do with the game. But it confused me because the whole game is set out like cards. You use cards, you have like, you know, you have cards for swords to use, and then you have all these like weapon cards, you have all these trick cards, and then it's like at the end you make a dream card, and it's like, oh, this is like a powerful card that you're going to design for the end battle. And I was all like ramped up for it. I was like, oh my god, this is the ultimate card that you're going to make. No, that didn't happen. So I don't know, like, it's like, it made me feel like, what's that, I don't watch enough Marvel movies, but, what's that hand that's got all the gems, all the stones in it, where he like clicks his fingers. I don't know, I don't watch superhero movies much at all, so I'm sorry I'm like offending a ton of like Marvel fans, superhero fans. I don't watch enough, and I'm not going to. I am getting into Spider-Man though. I do like Spider-Man. Anyway, and the oh shit, I normally just like just stop talking during these little, they're not cutscenes, but while dragons are talking, so you can hear them. So my mistake, I talked over that dragon. But yeah, so the graphics of Lost in Random reminded me of Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride, or just like any Tim Burton animated film actually. Coraline would be another one, although that wasn't by Tim Burton. Was it? No, I don't know. But yeah, those kind of graphics like reminded me of Like, it's kind of like a horror, spooky, fun little game about cards. So you have weapons, and you don't design a dream card. Anyway, I'm not salty at all, but oh right, so Zoink Games, who are the developers of Lost in Random, also created the game Fee, which, you know, is also, I also thought that was pretty similar graphics to Lost in Random. You know, I guess that makes sense because it's like the same company made both of them, so that would make a lot of sense for the two games to look alike, even though they have no relations to each other. But I guess it is what it is, you know. I'm just scrolling down to my dot points. Oh my god, the Queen's Shadow. Whew. I tell you what, that really terrified. That made my hands all like sweaty. That was terrifying because they have, like, you know, in the game they set up this whole thing where it's like when you're in, what was it? Dice Mansion. When you're in Dice Mansion, all the characters that you're fighting against just stop, or pause, I guess. Just where you select the card that you want to use, and you're like, okay, I've got a minute. I can take my time because all the characters are paused while I figure this out, and then they come alive once you're out of Dice Mansion. No! Not the Queen Shadow. So that started moving, and it gives you, like, you know, anxiety, for me at least, to get a move on and hurry up and figure my stuff out. And yeah, that was really creepy because you don't realize, well, obviously, because they what's the word? They blue pull you. They like gaslight you into thinking that this is the game, this is what it's all about, and then they bring a character in who moves in Dice Mansion. It's like there's like a system in the game, and then this character is just going against the system. Anxiety inducing is what it was, but it was good. I like it. I like that part of the game. I'm speaking really loudly. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm yelling. Anyway, I'll stop yelling.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing the jump button at the very top of your jump?
Yeah. I just get excited about stuff and then I start yelling for some reason. I don't know why. I've put in here, I thought the Queen Shadow was very terrifying. Oh, I know, I already mentioned that one. I think it would have been a little scary to have introduced that element with the Queen Shadow, then have the top boss fights to do that as well. So have Nanny Petunia move in Dice Mansion as well as the Queen herself. Oh, that would have been real scary. Like, everyone just moved. Oh. Like, I think they really should have had Nanny Petunia move as, like, I don't know, like, the Queen, it's just everyone's moving in Dice Mansion. So you've got, like, the Queen Shadow, the Queen herself, Nanny Petunia, and it's, I mean, I guess there's at some point where it just gets ridiculous, you know, it's like, you know, players have got to play the game at some point. They can't just keep losing because that takes away, that makes people disappear from the game. Well, at least that's what happens when I constantly lose.
you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
So, I think it would have been, because the Queen's shadow could move in dimensions, for me it kind of sets up that the Queen herself could have these ever so powerful abilities, which would put fear into the player's mind and have them scared of what abilities the Queen might have if the Queen shadow can do that. That is true. Just agreeing with my own dog voice. That is true, Past Carrie. Yeah, so I think, Past Carrie, you are very correct. No, so I think, like, that is true though, like, they had the Queen's shadow, which was kind of like a character that, it wasn't the Queen, but I guess it was like the Queen's minion, I guess, in a way. But, yeah, like the Overlooker, I guess. And the Queen's Mirage, I guess you could also see it like that. And, yeah, so if the Queen's Mirage could move in dimension, then as a player you would think, okay, so this Queen's Mirage is connected to the Queen herself. Does that mean, because you don't get to fight the Queen, spoilers, you don't get to fight this Queen till the end of the game, because she's the end boss. She's the end boss. Yeah, so when you fight the Queen's Mirage a couple of times throughout the game, you think, oh, okay, so they have this ability. What abilities does the Queen have? You know, does she have this ability as well? No. Why am I not a game developer? I tell you what. I could never. But I would love to, like, I don't know, put in some input into, like, a game design. Like, oh my god, I could be a game trialer. Like, trial a game before it's out, and I'm like, these are all the things that you're missing. This is, like, what could be good. This would be a fun thing to put in. And then they do it, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, change it back. No. So I know for the Queen Shadow, you had to defeat the minions as well as a boss, which was slightly annoying. Yeah. There was, like, constant, like, little night things as well. Just all the time. Like, those knights that had cards on them, they were massive and they shoot, like, fireballs, and that was a bit annoying. Because it was just there all the time. Like, the fights just kept... By the end of the game, the fights were just the same. It's like, there was nothing new about it. You just had... Like, the only new thing, I guess, about the fights were that they had different abilities. Like, you had a hammer, or you had a sword, or you had a archery, what's it called? A bow and arrow. No, what are they called? Archery? Archie. Archie. No, what are they called? Bow and arrows? Yeah, I think so.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Yeah, no, it was a good game overall. Lost in random. Yeah, I think, like, games like that should be more often. There should be more games like that more often. So I was trying to say. Alright, next game. Alright, the next game I have dot pointed is The Silent Age, which is a puzzle game that I guess I want to say recently played. So I enjoy finding all the items to unlock more of the story. That's the whole aim of the game. I don't know what else you would do if you didn't do that. But the thing is, so my brain, it don't work so well, you see. So I had to research half the items and where they all are. And I guess you could say it's like cheating, but I just wasn't progressing. So, and I couldn't figure it out. And The Silent Age, once again, another game that I'd recently played, not on my Switch, surprisingly. I had actually, was it on mobile? I think it was on mobile. And yeah, I started playing that, and yeah, my brain couldn't work it out. So I didn't finish the game. And or was it on PC? No, it must have been on mobile, surely. And yeah, but I'm glad I looked up how to do it because I was intrigued by the storyline. Just my brain could not figure out where the stuff was. And then when I did find the items, I was like, oh, of course it's there. That makes sense. This is why I'm not great at escape rooms. I have been to many and succeeded not well. Let's just say, if I was to be in an escape room on my own, I might just go into like, I don't know, I might just be like in the corner, you know, hugging my knees, rocking back and forwards, going a bit insane, you know. I would be beside myself, I guess. Yeah, so I think I've written here, the reason why I did this Silent Age game is so I could expand my brain cells so I can be better at puzzle games. Which I do want to be better at puzzle games because there are some fun puzzle games that would be nice to get into, or nice to try out at least. I think Nancy Drew is like a classic game. I know, so I watched a lot of the streamer called Gab Smolders, and she plays a lot of Nancy, and she's very good at puzzle games, and she enjoys them, and I'm like, man, I want to get into like puzzle games, like not like jigsaw puzzles, but just kind of other types of puzzles, like to use your brain. Not ones that require maths, of course, because I ain't good at that. But yeah, it's just good, good for the, what is it, cognitive, no, that's not right, no, just good for the mind, you know. There's a book that I have that has a lot of those types of puzzles in it that I haven't even started. Maybe I should start on that book. That would be genius. I wouldn't need to play a game. I could start on the puzzle book that I got years ago, and then see how I go, and then start on puzzle games. And then I could look like I'm like a wizard on my channel and just be super humble wizard. That sounds like a gaming. Oh my god. Super humble wizard. How?
Oh, Flash, do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
Super Humble Wizard. That sounds like a cool name. I should change my channel to that. So I played the whole game trying to figure out how to destroy the time machine so that people in the future don't get sick from the virus that someone brought in unknowingly. Well, yeah, but then the plot twist at the end is that it actually turns out, spoilers, turns out to be the guy that you're playing. He brought the virus in from years ago, but you're playing him from the future. And then you go back in time to figure out that that was you, because it's so confusing. So you're playing this guy, this like maintenance guy, who, like, you're playing him from the future as a maintenance guy, but then you create a time machine, or you help another guy build a time machine, and you go back in time and you meet your past self before you're a maintenance guy, and you realize that you had brought in, like, you went through some, I don't know, kind of brainwashing, mind wiping science place, and you don't remember anything, and you go out in the world and you're like, yeah, spreading this virus along, and everyone in the past, oh god, no, I'm confused. Everyone in the past gets sick. Oh boy, I'm confused. You might just have to watch my series to really understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, I've also started playing Tears of the Kingdom. This is the what's it called? Breath of the Wild sequel, Zelda. And I also look up, quests and stuff like that, and how to do them, because honestly, oh my god, Tears of the Kingdom is such a large game. It's even larger than than Breath of the Wild. There's the Sky Islands. You've got the ground, and then you have the depths. So much to explore, and here I am playing the game, traveling on dragons. I'm just like whizzing past the map on a flying dragon, on various different flying dragons. I've been on at least two. One fire and one, I don't know, not fire? Air? This isn't Avatar, I swear. But yeah, I don't know how many dragons there are, but my aim is to fly on all of them. I don't know how many there are, but when I find out how many there are, I'm gonna be taking photos of all of them. So far, I've taken photos of 2. You can actually get the scale, so you can hit off the scale. So that's quite fun, and like, I'm doing less story stuff, like less story quests in the game, because I'm just like, oh, I've got to find all the clothes, got to find all the outfits. Which, the outfits are quite good. I've upgraded some of them actually, and there are these. Are they mermaids? I don't know, but there's what 4 or 5 of them, I think. I don't know. Might have to fact check that. But if you bring these like giant women, these items, certain items for different outfits, different armor, she helps you to upgrade it to make it better and higher quality, I guess. And yeah, so that's like the process of what I'm doing. And yeah, I didn't play Breath of the Wild, and so apparently you needed gems, or sorry, rupees, to upgrade the armor, I think. So that's good. I mean, does it cost rupees? I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments. Does the clothes? I could just check it out. I could just have a look. But does the upgrades in those like giant women, do they cost rupees, or is it just items that you've got to bring? Let me know. So yeah. What else have I been doing in the game? Finding all the towns. That's a fun thing. I think there's one area of the map that I haven't unlocked, and I think that's the desert, and I need an armor. So I've got a cold. I need armor kind of cool enough, or like, I don't know, something to make me not, boil to a crisp. Because it's just really hot. I guess because it's the desert. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I have heat resistant armor, but it doesn't seem to work. Like, I tried it, and Link was still like boiling hot, and you still like lose life, you lose hearts. So I don't know. I'm gonna check that out. And then I have so many quests to do. How many hours is it until I finish, I wonder? I don't know. I've defeated, well, my sisters helped me defeat at least like 2 of the bosses. I defeated the air dragon from the Sky Islands, not the air. Sky Dragon from the Sky Islands. Yeah, I defeated that one on my own, and my sister, I think, helped me defeat the one in Gerudo, where the Gorons are. My mistake. The boss is in the depths. I forget that. You go in the depths in where the Gorons are. So yeah. I think my sister helped me defeat that one, and she helped me defeat the one in the water temple. Yeah, with all the sludge and stuff like that. Gee, the bosses are so tough, I tell you what. I'm also enjoying finding all the shrines. I enjoy that. I like that, they're more puzzling. The shrines are more puzzling than when you gotta like defeat enemies inside them. I enjoy that. And yeah, that's quite fun. What put me off about Breath of the Wild was that there was like those guardians inside the shrines. Oof, could not defeat them. I didn't know how to. I died every time. Oof, I gave up once again. Because I'm a giver-upper, you know. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, I'm kind of like pacing through it, the game, and because it's enjoyable. I've got my own house now in the game. Link has his house, and I've put my one of many horses in the stable there. Quite nice. In what is it? What town is it? Starts with T, I think. Why am I thinking Temple? That's not it. Nope. It starts with T. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's a T name. And yeah, so that's where his little house is. I've run out of rupees to continue, so it's just what he's got.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. Toasty has many tricks up his sleeve.
What he's got is a bedroom that's looking out to the sunrise or the sunset, and it's so beautiful. There's no window, so he's like kind of, you know, he's what's the word? He's getting all the weathers. He's getting all of the elements. He's not safe from the elements. And yeah, so he's got a bedroom, no window, and then behind the bedroom he has like the front door. The front door, and then you go through the door and it's like a double room. It's like a space room, and the other room has like a display of my shields. And I've got the shield that I got in the water area of the map, and what was it? I think it was, or yeah, it is. And then I've got the royal shield. See, I could use these shields, but I'm like, I don't think so. They're too nice. You know, I wanna. What's that really famous shield? Like or is it a sword? I don't know. No, it's a shield. Like, there's a famous, like, Zelda shield that everyone's like, oh, you must find this one. I know. Okay, spoilies. But I was watching a streamer play. What's this game? Tears of the Kingdom, and she kind of found the shield under the castle. So I'm thinking I might have to head over there at some point in the game and check it out. Again, so many enemies around the place, and I mean, I guess more like I should get more sages actually. Like, you get the Goron, whatever the Goron's name is, and the water guy, whatever his name is, and the bird, whatever his name is. They all help you defeat enemies. So that's important. So I think what I want with this podcast series is I would like for this podcast to be mainly talk about gaming and different games and what I want to play and what I'm going to play and, you know, suggestions on good games to play and all of that jazz. But, classic me, I'm, like, just gonna probably get bored of, you know, talking about games. So yeah, I'll just, like, throw in, like, random stuff unrelated to games, which will be a little fun little thing, like, you know, throw in some movie ideas. Movie ideas? Not movie ideas, just like movie, just thoughts on movies that I've seen. I'm not creating a movie. No, just thoughts of movies that I've seen recently. Yeah, so I think, like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I saw that in cinema. That was fun. The movie was fun. Yeah. God, when is it coming on Disney Plus? I want it to, like, be on Disney Plus so bad. Like, I think it's, oh my god, it's so far away, I think. It's like, I don't know, nearly the end of the year, I think, it comes out. I don't know. I'm gonna see if it's actually on Disney Plus. Because, I tell you what. I mean, I guess in some sense, you know, still in cinemas, I think. So they've really got to go through the cinema experience. I get that, I guess. It's not catered towards just me. Gah, how rude of me. No, it's just like a fun movie, you know, just to watch. Just because of all, like, the different Spider-Mans and Spider-Girls. It's just a lot of fun. Oh, you know what will be a lot of fun, actually? See, I'm filming this in the future. In the future? In the past. In the past? I don't know. Basically, I'm going to be uploading this on Saturday. So it'll be Saturday. Yeah, the end of the week. Oi. Yep, the end of the week. It's a Saturday. And I think Barbie would have already come out. So I think Barbie comes out on Thursday. When oh, so Barbie actually comes out in cinemas on next Friday, actually. So So the end of next week. I mean the end of this week. Obviously, I mean the end of this week. On Friday, it's already out. Barbie's already out. I retract my statement. Barbie has already come out. It came out yesterday.
Big enemies like this Nork with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
Oh, I don't know. I just googled it, and they say in Australia it comes out July 20th, which is the Thursday. Regardless, Barbie came out this week on Thursday. It came out a couple days ago, guys. This is Saturday. Remember? It's the end of the week. It's a Saturday. Oh shit, what time is it? It's like 12:25 a.m. Yeah, I've run out of topics. No, I'm excited to watch it. By the time this episode comes out, I wouldn't have seen Barbie already. Cause I don't like to watch movies when they first come out. There's too much, popularity going on. Like the first days of screening, like there's too much going on. People are like, oh, let's go, and I'm like, no. I like to hold back and just wait for the crowd to die down, and people have already seen at least once or twice, and I'm like, how about I see it maybe 2 months later? You know?
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escaped those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
I like to see movies when like half of the country's already seen them. And then they're like, have you seen this movie? I'm like, nah. They're like, are you gonna see the movie? I'm like, yeah. Oh wow, great conversation. No, I've seen like the behind the scenes, and I've kind of spoiled some stuff for myself, so that's great. Great. Love that for me. I will. Still don't know what it's about, apart from Barbie and Ken. So behind the scenes isn't spoiled that much, which is good. And yeah. You know what movie I haven't seen? I haven't seen the live action Little Mermaid, and I'm not quite sure that I will. I've read and heard mixed reviews. I've seen pictures of Flounder. People are saying that it looks more of like a nature documentary, but like a scarier version, and they made Flounder look more like an average looking fish than the nice caring, the nice friendly voucher. Flounder. Flounder, that he is in the cartoon. So that's a bit strange. They've just made the characters like the crab, and is it just Flounder and the crab that talk in The Little Mermaid? I don't know. Oh no, do the birds talk? I think they do.
Spyro, wanna know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Paul, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, basically they've just made those characters look more real and friendly. Which reminds me of, way back when there was a, what was it, Sonic the movie, I think it was. There was some people were not happy about the first look of Sonic movie when it first came out. They were like, what is this disastrous? Was it a movie or was it a game? I don't know. Either way, people weren't happy about the look of it, and the creators who designed that particular hedgehog, Sonic, that is Sonic, they redid it and be like, nice, that looks way better. I'm like, what was that, like, awful Frankenstein of the creation? That's not Sonic, that's like some creepy ass doll Sonic, you know? Like, you gotta make him have large eyes, you've gotta make him have this, you've gotta make him do that. Yeah. So, you know, the creators listen, like, we understand your anger and we will do everything in our power to help you to help us, you know. So yeah, they fixed Sonic and it was all good. And now it's like a meme. It's just like, you know, people will be like, oh, what I think I look like when I'm drunk, what I actually look like. Just memes. Just memeing around, you know. But yes. Although with this one actually, what was the thing? It was like Spyro. Oh, no, there was another character. So it turns out that it was Spyro, but it was the Skylander Spyro that looked a bit freakish, you know. Nothing like the friendly Spyro you see before your eyes in this game, but some demon of an animal, you know. People ain't happy about the Skylander Spyro looking freakish. Yeah. So I think I was like, hang on a minute, this is not Spyro. What? Like, okay, I don't quite understand like copyright, plagiarism. I mean, I guess they must have gotten some permission, like whoever, or maybe they own the same place, like I don't know. Whoever created Skylander must have gotten some permission to use Spyro as the Skylander, I guess, character. I just remembered that I was just scrolling through the Goggle, and I was just like thinking about this podcast and kind of, I mean, this game, Spyro, might take me a long time to get through, because I want to 100% complete it, like I want to get 100% in everything, so it might take me a little bit of time to 100% it. But what I want to do is, like, I kind of want to play games that I used to play when I was younger. So I think Crash Bandicoot was also another game that I played when I was younger. And God, I really wish that Pokemon Stadium was available, like, on Switch. That would be amazing, because what you could do is you could play these like mini games. Like there was Sandshrew Sandshrew, is that the name? And you dig a hole as fast as you can. I was a gunner that game. Well, that mini game at least. Won it all of the time. Because I was like so great. And there was a Rattata hurdle game. That was a great one as well. And what else was there? God, I've forgotten the Pokemon names, but you're in the butterfly show and you gotta turn hard when a rock hits it. That was a good one as well. And if you're in the cocoon too long, you die. You're out of the game. Of course, like you can battle like one-on-one Pokemon because it's like a stadium as well. It's not just mini games. There was a Clefairy one. There was a Clefairy mini game, and which was like a memory game. It was just like you had to remember, like Clefairy, the teacher Clefairy would put up instructions on the board. So it'd be like, press up, down, right, left, and then you like got it. And then you would have to like it'd be on the board for like maybe a couple of seconds, and then be off the board, and you gotta remember what was on the board. And so then, but then like the instructions would get so like long. It'd be like, you know, up, down, left, right, up, down. Like, oof. I was not great at that game, as you may see from my lack of instructions or lack of description. But yeah, that one and the Lickitung one where you have to eat sushi. That was a fun one, but I wasn't good at it. I have to say, I feel like that's one of many games that I actually enjoy that I wasn't good at. I mean, you've just got to eat sushi. Like, so much sushi. If you eat the hot ones, then Lickitung just makes a weird noise and just goes, ah, like its mouth on fire. Yeah, I think that was like mainly the... Was that all the mini games? I can't remember. I'm sure there was others. We just played those ones a lot because they were the ones that we were good at. I say we as like a royal we. When I'm saying we, I'm saying like my sisters and I. We were collectively good at those mini games. So that's why we played them a lot. So that was really enjoyable. And oh, is this the end of the game? Like the end of this episode? I don't know. I don't know when I cut off actually. But yeah, so I think it'd be cool to play like retro games and games that just remind me of my childhood. You know, go down memory lane, I guess. For this podcast, I think that could be cool. But yeah, I hope my listeners have had a brilliant week. Hope they got up to some good things. Productive things, maybe. And I'll see, well, I won't see because this is a podcast, but I should say stay tuned for the next episode. Whenever, well, I'm gonna do these podcasts every Saturday, so they're gonna come out every Saturday, so that'd be fun. And yeah, so stay tuned for next Saturday and for more Spyro. If you have any other retro games that you want me to play just in the future of the podcast, let me know. I'm all ears, guys. I'm all ears. I've only got 2, so not open to that many suggestions, you know what I mean? I'm kidding. I'm open to everything. Just let me know. Alright? In the comments below. And I'll read all of them and comment on all of them. And yeah, I won't see you guys in the next one, but stay tuned. I've got to keep it going. This is not a video. Well, it's not a visual video. It's not a face cam video. Oh my god, I need to stop. Bye-bye. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.